You're telling me people actually this? Okay, real talk. Being an international student, it's like a whole roller coaster of emotions, you know? You've got the highs of being in a new country, experiencing a different culture, like trying to figure out what the heck a crumpet is. But then there's the lows, the like of being away from home, the struggles of like actually making friends who understand your weird sense of humor. It's a lot, you guys. And honestly, no one really prepares you for it. So, like, grab your beverage of choice, settle in, because I'm about to break down the top challenges of being an international student in the UK. Don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. I've got some like tips too.
Chapter 1. Homesick? More like homesick AF. Okay, first up, let's talk about homesickness. You know that feeling when you're like drowning in a sea of unfamiliar faces and all you want is your mom's cooking and your dog's sloppy kisses? Yeah, that. It's brutal, dude. Especially during those first few weeks. You're still trying to find your footing, figure out the whole like living in a new country thing. And it's easy to just like hole up in your dorm room, binge watching Netflix and stress eating your weight in biscuits.
Chapter 2. The Great Language Barrier Reef. So you thought you were fluent in English, huh? Plot twist. British English is a whole other beast. Suddenly you're faced with words like cheeky, chuffed, and banter. And you're just like, what in the Shakespearean sonnet is going on? Plus there's the whole accent thing. Like, I love a good British accent, don't get me wrong. But sometimes it feels like everyone's speaking in riddles.
Chapter 3. Culture Shock. When your brain goes, okay, so you've mastered the art of saying cheers instead of thank you, but now you're faced with the real challenge. Understanding British culture. From the obsession with tea to the concept of queuing, it's a whole new world out there. And let's not even get started on the food. Don't get me wrong, I love a good Sunday roast as much as the next person, but sometimes you just crave the familiar comfort of your own culture's cuisine.
Chapter 4. Racial discrimination. Not cool, guys. Not cool. Let's get real for a sec, yeah? Racial discrimination is a real thing, and it sucks. As an international student, you might experience it firsthand, whether it's subtle microaggressions or straight-up prejudice. And it's not okay. It's important to remember that you're not alone and that there are resources available to help you. Chapter 5. Money, money, money. The broke student anthem. Let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, money. Or rather, the lack thereof. Being an international student is expensive, like really expensive. There's tuition, accommodation, living expenses. And let's not forget about all the fun stuff you want to do, like traveling and exploring your new city. It's a constant balancing act between like paying rent and actually having a social life.
All right, listen up, Buttercup. Your safety is important, okay? Especially in a new city. No, your parents aren't being overprotective. Okay, maybe a little. They just want you to be safe. And honestly, they have a point. It's always better to be safe than sorry. So, you've finished your degree, congrats. But now, you're faced with the daunting task of finding a job in the UK. And let me tell you, it's not easy. The job market is competitive, and the visa process can be, like, a bureaucratic nightmare. But don't worry, it's not impossible.
So, there you have it. The good, the bad, and the just plain awkward reality of being an international student in the UK. Is it always easy? Heck no. But is it worth it? Absolutely. The experiences you'll have, the people you'll meet, the things you'll learn, they'll shape you in ways you never thought possible.